Hi, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, and I am building drawers for the kitchen, hoping that I can finish all of the drawers for the kitchen, the main drawers for the kitchen. I might do some underneath, like next to the wheel wells, but I haven't figured that out yet, and I'm not sure if I want them to go the full depth or, yeah, I haven't figured that part out. I'm also running out of drawer slides. I have scavenged every single drawer slide that I've used in the bus, which is phenomenal because they can get a little bit pricey, and I'm running out, so I have to go look through the streets of Oakland to find more and hope that people are getting rid of their furniture that's bad with good drawer slides. Also, apologies to all the people who thought that they found a good piece of furniture and then realized it didn't have any drawer slides in it, because that was me. Yeah, so what do I got going on? This is my deepest drawer. I'm taking my stand mixer with me. It's a vintage 60s KitchenAid, and I love it dearly, and I bake a lot, so it's coming in the bus. And because of that, I need a drawer that's 14 inches deep. So you know what I did? I built a drawer 14 inches deep, because that's how you do. Whoa! By 21 inches? Okay, tall, but that's like the depth of the drawer. So it's 14 inches tall and goes all the way the span of the cabinet, which is 21 inches. So it's a pretty big drawer. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna put all these great things in it. Question for other schooly, van-dwelling vagabonds in the best way possible. How do you deal with all of your kitchen stuff, like glassware? Do you just put rubber mats down and they don't go everywhere? Or do you not have glassware? Or do you just let it rattle when you're driving? I'm not so worried about like highways and streets, but like potholes or BLM or boondocking, I wonder how it's gonna sound and be. If you have any suggestions or ideas, or you're like, you should just get rid of everything you own that's glass, sorry, it doesn't work out that way, you should let me know now. Also, check out my Amazon wish list. I have an Amazon wish list on, the link is in my, I think it's in my bio. Because I'm scavenging everything, I could use some help getting a few things that are harder to find on the streets of Oakland or Craigslist. So anything that you get me, I greatly appreciate and need and want. And thank you so much for supporting my van bus build. Okay, back to drawers. Got most of the dressers done. 3 of the 4 drawers. I'm using these poplar drawer fronts, so I wanted to start with the top drawers, and then whatever the difference is going to be, I'm going to make out of something else. So that's going to be the door on all the drawers. I stole it from a dresser that I so desperately wanted to use. I'll install those tomorrow, so pretty good. Now I have somewhere to put my clothes. Tomorrow I'm going to work on the unit where the stove goes. We have one here, bench, dresser. Reason number 785 of how the floor has once again been a problem. I don't know if there's actually that many. Okay. Putting in the bottom drawer, and I forgot that the bottom of the dresser is at a slope, at a rake, because the floor is raked, because everything is fun. It's the word for it. Anyway, put my drawer in, and it bottomed out. Womp womp. So my drawer can't be as deep as I wanted it, which is right here, which was like 10.5 glorious inches, which is going to be where my sweaters go, or my motorcycle jacket, because I don't have anywhere to put hanging things. Because who hangs things in a bus without taking up so much space? We'll get there later. Anyway, I have to make this drawer shorter. But fortunately, or that happened, or unfortunately, I already did that on this side because for some reason I recognized that I was bottoming out on this side and not the other side. Don't ask me why, I don't know. So I'm just going to put this drawer over here, And then I'll cut this one through the table saw. And I'll be cheatsies. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run it through on all 4 sides like this. It's going to be great. It took me 2 minutes, but it's still 2 more minutes than I wanted to spend on this. I had a friend be amazing and help me start painting all of the drawers. And so these all have primer. And I'm impatient, so I'm going to start painting one of the drawers, or one of the sets of drawers, because I like feeling like I finished things, and this bus takes so long that you gotta have some small victories. I'll probably wait until she comes back to help with the drawers more people see, because she's a professional painter and I'm impatient. But that's what I'm doing right now. And then I'll work on the inside of the bus a little bit more. Paint for work. Fun fact though, I actually started as a painter before I was a carpenter. I went to UC Berkeley for school, and I have always been an artist. Like my mom was an artist, my grandparents were artists, friends in the family, and I took a stagecraft class just for fun because I was doing theater in high school and I liked theater. This is my freshman year of college. And I was on scholarship, and I learned that I could do work study, like convert my loans into work in the scene shop in the theater. And I thought, well, that's cool. I could learn how to do stuff and get paid for it. Sign me up. And so the first semester, I had the boss in the shop at the time was a very, very grumpy old man, and he had a very good poker face, and he told me to hang a door. I'd never hung a door before, and watched me do it, didn't tell me how to do it. Grunted the whole time, looked pretty upset. I was very, very certain that he wasn't going to hire me. I didn't know he was testing me, but he was testing me. And then, because I had asked if I could do work study, and he said, there's only a couple of slots, and Jilly has one of them. I said, okay. And he made me hang a door all by myself. And then 2 days later, asked me to come up to his office, and I went up there, and he asked me to fill out the paperwork. And I started as a scenic artist, so I was working with the scenic charge there, painting the sets. And it wasn't until I did a little bit of carpentry, but like mostly I was painting because I was good at it, and they needed more people who wanted to paint. And it wasn't until my senior year that I learned, I think it was my last year, my 4th year of college, that I learned how to weld. And that kind of really pushed me in the direction of carpentry. I had a knack for it. I picked it up really quickly. I started getting projects, working on it, and then when I graduated, I still wanted to do theater, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do because I liked painting, but I also really liked building stuff. I found it a little bit more complex. Scenic painting is fun because you're replicating something, but with carpentry, you're not replicating. Like, you're creating a finished effect, but you get to make all the decisions in the middle. I thought that was kind of cool. It's much different than painting. I can mix paint and match, but I didn't get to choose the color, that sort of thing. So I applied to a bunch of internships in different theaters, and different theaters for different things. So Berkeley Rep, I did props, which is building the furniture, but you also get to paint stuff. So I thought that was kind of a good middle ground. And a couple other places for painting, and then a couple other places for carpentry. And I ended up doing props at Berkeley Rep, but then I ended up getting a job in the scene shop because I could weld, and they didn't have very many people who were good at welding. So that was the beginning of my carpentry life. I guess technically I did it in college, but I didn't start working for it until Berkeley Rep, which was 10 years ago. But I started off painting, and then here I am, full circle. I don't have the patience for it right now, but mostly because I'm an impatient person to begin with, and I haven't been doing it. There's a zen to painting. Meditation almost. You really have to be slow and methodical and pay attention to what the paint wants and what the materials, how the material is responding to the paint. He taught me a lot. Shout out to Glenn Bartlett. Yeah, he. If you ever are in Berkeley and you want to see a play at UC Berkeley, I don't know if the plays are any good anymore, but the painting, phenomenal. The guy knows what he's doing. He used to be at Shakespeare Santa Cruz. Anyway, I'm painting. These are the drawers that go below the step up in between the dinette. And yesterday my friend Lassen helped me choose colors, which is always nice to have a second opinion. And there was 1 quart of this color, so I didn't want to paint something that has a bunch of drawers in case I ran out, because I know I'm going to need a couple coats because it's a semi-gloss. So I'm doing the drawers underneath because there's only 4 of them. And I figure if I run out, well, if I have extra, I can do the inside cavity where the drawers are going, which I originally just did clear coat. But if I have extra, I could always do the inside so it all matches. I haven't really figured out how if I want to see raw wood when I open the drawers, or if I want it to be the same color. I know a lot of people do it as the same color just to make sure that it matches, but I kind of like the idea of like, this was made out of plywood, because I use nice plywood. I mean, I use like birch and pine, so it looks good. Maybe I should show it off? I haven't decided.